This is Jeremy Shesky with Balance Community. Today we're going to be looking at the new basic primitive kit that we just released. Let's take a look at how to set it up. Our all new basic primitive kit comes with the following gear. We have 50 feet of our Feather Pro with a sewn loop on one end, 2 tree protectors, 2 8-foot adjustable anchor slings, 2 Omega Pacific oval carabiners, a small steel ring, and 1 BC shackle. Let's take a look at how to rig this equipment up. The first thing we're going to need for the static end of the slackline is the sewn loop end of our Feather Pro, the BC shackle, 1 of the tree protectors, and 1 of the adjustable anchor slings. To set up the static end of your slackline, you're first going to want to find a big sturdy tree that is at least 12 inches in diameter at the height you're going to rig it at. And I suggest rigging the line no higher than your chest height in the beginning. Once you get more comfortable walking the line back and forth and mounting the line, you can start progressively making your anchor higher to increase the challenge of the line. First thing you want to do is wrap your tree with your tree protector, like I've done here, and connect the buckle on the female buckle end. And then you're going to pass your adjustable anchor sling through all these loops on the tree protector all the way around the tree, making sure there are no twists in the sling as it wraps around the tree. And then you're going to choose 2 of the slots in the sling and pass your BC shackle through those 2 slots in either end of the sling. And you want to make sure that this angle here is about 90 degrees. No more than that. It's okay if it's less, but 90 degrees is optimal. And then you're going to just simply connect the sewn loop of the Feather Pro straight to the pin of that shackle. Very important to use the pin side of the shackle because you don't want to load it backwards. Having it sit like this is incorrect. You want the pin facing forward, just like that. And then now we're going to walk the line to the other anchor, making sure it's flat along the way. For the next step, we're going to need our second sling, our second tree pro, the 2 carabiners, and the small steel ring. Now for the tensioning side of the rig, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to find an adequately sized tree here, rig the line at about the same height, and the max distance between the 2 trees will be around 45 feet for this kit. And this line we have here is about 30 feet long. And so we're going to wrap the tree pro around the tree, passing the sling through the sling holder loops on the tree pro, making sure there are no twists all the way around the tree. And so now we're going to take one of our carabiners. And first, we're going to take one end of the sling and pass it through one of the loops, not the very last one, of the other end of the sling, just like so. And really cinch that in close to the tree. And then we're going to have one of these loops on the strand that's passing through the other, and then another loop on the other end that is lined up, and clip our carabiner through both of those. So what that does is it prevents a tri-load on the carabiner. A tri-load is when there's 3 directions of force on the carabiner, which they're not designed to do. I'll show you what a tri-load looks like. So if we were to just do like we did on the static end and clip 2 strands like that, we're now seeing 3 directions of force on this carabiner, and this is not designed for that. So instead, we're going to pass one end through the loop and line up 2 holes and clip through both of them. There we go, 2 directions of force. And now we can build our line locker and then build our tensioning system. All right, so we have our line here, and we found flat up until this point. And so we're at about 95% of the line, with about 5% left going to the tensioning anchor. And that's how much room you want to leave to build your tensioning system, because this line will stretch a little bit, and so you need to leave room for it to stretch while you're tensioning it. And so what we're going to do is build a line locker. So you'll form a bite with the walking line on the top and the tail on the bottom. And we're going to take your small steel ring, pass it through, go up or down and around in the same direction. And then we're going to clip our carabiner to that bite. And then you want to turn the carabiner around to have the gate opening towards the tensioning side. There we go. There's our line locker. And now we're going to build our tensioning system with the tail of the webbing coming off. All right, so let's build our tensioning system. So we have our line locker here, and then our tensioning anchor there. We're going to take the tail coming from the line locker and go up through this carabiner on the tensioning anchor. And then we're going to come back to the line locker carabiner and go down that carabiner. Then come back to the tensioning anchor and go up again, tucking this strand underneath the previous one. And then back over here, down again. Also tucking this strand underneath the previous pass as well. And so those two tucks are going to lock the tension for us so that we can pull tension and hold it and not have to worry about the line losing tension. So now we're going to tension the line by pulling from here. Give it a few tugs. Voila! Feels pretty tight. It's a fairly short line, so you don't need much tension. We actually could have lowered this line quite a bit. All right, so now that the line is fully tensioned, we're going to tie a little backup with this tail of our tensioning system. So what we're going to do is take the tail, form a bite, just like we did for the line locker, and pass it up through this tensioning carabiner. Just like so. Pull a little slack through, then tie a simple stopper knot around the whole tensioning system. Just like so. Pull it tight. Now you don't have to worry about catastrophic failure if anything slips, which it is very unlikely, so you won't have to deal with that. There we go. We have a ready to walk slackline. Now let's look at how to detension. All right, now that we're done slacklining, we want to take down this line. It's a very simple process. And so the first thing you want to do is undo your backup here by just undoing that knot and pulling that through. So as we built the tensioning system, remember we tucked one strand underneath the other to hold the tension. So now we're going to want to untuck it. And we'll do that by coming on this side, standing a good distance back and pulling until it comes untucked. Just like that. And then we're going to come back over here and pass this up through like that. Leave it through the carabiner because you don't want to mess with the gate while it's still under tension. And so now we're going to have to come back over here and do the same thing. Position ourselves about 3-4 feet back and pull until it becomes untucked, just like so. And since this webbing doesn't stretch very much, it's pretty low key. And as you can see, it's really easy to detension from there. And so now we'll take everything apart, pack it up, and go home. That pretty much covers how to rig our new basic primitive kit. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, or check out our website at balancecommunity.com, where we have a full written up manual for this product. Thanks for watching. Again, my name is Jerry Mashesky with Balance Community.